One of the ways that I will try to dry pieces out is I will actually take sections and set them on top of cardboard. So this is something that I usually will do before I cut out the shape itself. But just to show you, I'll take these pieces, pick them up, and set them on top of cardboard. And I'll make sure that the cardboard is flat. I can arrange them and move them around gently to get the pieces where I need them. I can take my templates, place it back on top, check to make sure that the pieces are still basically in the same shape that I needed. This is a great time to remove that extra section I told you that was stuck in between. I gently take my hand, or I can even take a ruler and press the piece in so that it lines up with the template. And I'm going to take the second piece and move it a touch, and I'm going to do the same thing. Laying the template on top, I will check to make sure that as it gets a little bit drier, that it still fits in with the template and doesn't hang off. The next thing that I will do to assure that it dries evenly, I'll place another piece of cardboard on top. I do not want this to warp, so I will place pieces of wood over the top, especially a board. A square board would be perfect from our classroom. Since I don't have that, I'll go get some more wood, and I'm just going to stack several pieces of flat wood on top to hold this down and allow it to get a little bit stronger, a little more leather hard until I put the pieces together. Find another piece of cardboard. It's tricky because if the cardboard has a lot of pictures on it, like this one, it may not suck up as much water, but I think we'll give it a try. Then I'm going to place the next largest piece, which would be this one. The reason I'm going largest to smallest is so that the support underneath supports the entire length of the ones that are on top. So by putting the largest ones on the bottom, I know that the ones on top are being supported on the edges. The edges of slabs, as they dry, are going to want to curl up. And the best way that I can fight that is as I dry them to keep something on top flat that will hold the edges down so they don't curl as they dry. I'm going to cut another section out. Since the picture side doesn't pull as much water, and I already have a picture side on the bottom, I'll do the nicer side that will pull more water on the top of that one. My next longest piece probably is this one. I'm going to cut off my excess, pick it up, place that on top, squeeze it between two slats or two rulers to make sure again that it's straight on the edges. I will then take another piece of cardboard. Again, this one looks kind of funky. This one is thin here and thick here. I want one that's consistent all the way down. So I'm going to use this one. I'm going to cut it a bit. Make sure it's at least as long as the clay itself, if not just a touch bigger. I don't want a lot of excess hanging off. And then I'm going to place my last piece on top that's the smallest. Of course, we have to put one on top so everything will dry evenly. okay? And I am kind of fixing a couple little things that I've noticed. One thing that I've noticed on this one is this corner is a little small right here on this edge. So I'm actually going to cut gently so that I don't push down on the bottom pieces here. I'm just going to cut that off and place a piece of cardboard on top. And then the last thing I'll do is put all of this in a bag and close the bag. Because if I don't, the edges of these slab pieces is going to dry much faster than the top and the bottom. But if I leave this with cardboard in between and on the bottom and top overnight, it probably will be leather hard by tomorrow.